Hey everyone, today we're diving into by Yuval Noah Harari. Now, if you've read or, Harari loves talking about big ideas like history, technology, and where humanity is heading, well, is no different. It's all about how information shapes the world we live in today. But here's the kicker, Harari argues that the way we've always used information, it's kind of flawed. Let's talk about why. So first up, human networks and information. Harari says that information is basically what holds us together as humans. Whether we're talking ancient civilizations, empires, or religious institutions, they all had one thing in common. They thrived on shared information. But here's the thing. A lot of that information, it wasn't always based on truth. It was often myths, stories, or even straight-up errors. Think of how early societies used religion or legends to keep people united. Sure, it worked, but sometimes these stories led to disasters, like witch hunts or totalitarian regimes. Now fast forward to today, we're seeing a massive shift with what Harari calls inorganic networks. This is where AI and tech come in. These networks don't rely on human brains anymore. They run on data, algorithms, and automation. They're always on, constantly processing information without us, and that's both amazing and terrifying. Sure, it makes things more efficient, but what happens when machines are making decisions about us without us? That's a pretty big question. Which brings us to politics. Harari talks about how AI is reshaping political systems. Democracies depend on public conversations, debates, and shared understanding. But with information becoming so fragmented, think social media manipulation or fake news, it's getting harder for democracies to function properly. He even introduces this idea of a silicon curtain, not like the Iron Curtain from the Cold War, but a digital divide. We could be looking at a world where AI systems start controlling not just our politics, but global conflicts. Scary stuff, right? And then there's populism. This part of the book is really interesting because Harari points out that populism sees information as a weapon. It's not about finding truth, it's about using information to gain power. He contrasts this with what he calls the naive view, the idea that more information equals more truth. Spoiler alert, it doesn't. Instead, information's role has always been about building networks, whether it's through facts, lies, or something in between. Alright, so what are the big takeaways from? First, information creates power, but not always wisdom. We've built entire systems on information that isn't always truthful, and understanding how these systems work is key to navigating the future. Second, AI is playing a role that's never been seen before. It can make decisions and even create new ideas on its own. This could either be really exciting or really dangerous, depending on how we handle it. Lastly, Harari says we need to be super careful with AI development. Some people think AI will solve all of humanity's problems, while others are waving big red flags. Harari, he's all about striking a balance and making sure we've got proper governance in place. In the end, is a call to think deeply about how we use information and the role AI will play in shaping our future. Harari doesn't shy away from warning us. If we're not careful, we could end up in a world controlled by non-human intelligence. And that's not a place we want to be. So yeah, Harari's is a pretty heavy read, but it's packed with important ideas about where we're headed as a society. If you're into big picture thinking, this one's definitely worth picking up. Thanks for watching, and if you want more summaries or discussions like this, hit that subscribe button.